June 30, 2019 marks the ceremonial end of Brethren Village's 122nd year of enriching the lives of those people whom we touch. We are proud and greatly respect that rich tradition of caring, stewardship, integrity, and excellence that allows the Brethren Village resident to enjoy an active, engaging, enriching, and often fun retirement experience. I'm pleased to be able to share just a few highlights of what your village did over the past fiscal year. In addition to BV Daily News and other traditional communication channels, we launched the BV Morning Show on July 1, 2018.
Welcome to our very first BV Morning Show with Becca and Kelly in our brand new studio.
This show, anchored by team members Kelly Collier and Becca Carver, is another way in which residents and their family members are informed of events and happenings around the campus.
The Bookmobile only comes to campus the second Wednesday of every month from 2:30 to 3:30.
And as you can see, plenty of lobsters, corn, potatoes, and more lobsters.
Each month, Kelly and Becca highlight programs and events that will be occurring on campus.
We will have the Right Shoe traveling shoe store set up in Wolf Auditorium. And don't forget to come and meet Albert.
Who's Albert?
Oh, Albert is this really cool machine that they have. You step on Albert and he tells you the entire pressure points of your foot and what shoe will be right for you.
Or off campus.
We love senior kids!
The magazine-like show presents segments that give a bit more insight into the residential activities, wellness programs.
We just finished winning all our games here at Bocce.
Food and dining events, and special events occurring in the upcoming month. In addition to a brief recap of the previous month's events and activities, the morning show often features special segments highlighting team members.
Gina, tell us a little bit about car washing and why you like cleaning the cars here at Brethren Village.
Okay, there is a history to it. We started this 2 years ago, partially my idea, because I really enjoy washing cars. My dad was a mechanic, so I grew up on a mechanic's arm with a wrench in my hand. And later on in life, he opened up his own business, restoring old cars from top to bottom, inside out.
Wow.
Along with that, I detailed the cars for car shows, a couple of award-winning cars, and just wanted to carry that legacy on at Brethren Village.
Wonderful.
Be sure to tune in each month to learn a bit more about what's happening on your campus.
As always, make sure you check our BV YouTube, daily news, and also the backside of the residential living calendar for upcoming events, deadlines, and how you sign up.
We will see you next month.
Brethren Village values the relationships it has with its vendors and neighbors. It's especially gratifying when a vendor is also a neighbor. Over the past year, BV has developed a very good relationship with Harvest Lane Farms.
Hey guys, Chad here from the main kitchen. I'm with Chris from Harvest Lane Farms. We've been purchasing about 80% of our produce from Harvest Lane since we began our partnership back in late spring, early summer.
Each Thursday, Brethren Village residents and team members are given a 10% discount on the purchase they make at the Harvest Lane store on East Oregon Road. Brethren Village also purchases fresh produce from Harvest Lane, which is prepared and served in our various dining venues. We are truly blessed to live in an area where such fresh produce is readily available for us to enjoy. The relationship with Harvest Lane Farms is valued and appreciated by Brethren Village.
Well, Chris, thanks for everything you do. Thanks for supplying us. Thanks for delivering, and look forward to more business with you in the future.
It's great working with you.
The Brethren Village resident is an active one. We've seen our wellness programs expand, and more residents are getting involved in things like bocce, shuffleboard, bicycling, walking, swimming, and all other forms of physical activity. The BV resident enjoys not only the physical benefits that exercise and activity brings to the body, but also the joy and the happiness it brings.
I was just upside down for a few seconds, but it was a lot of fun. It really was awesome.
These activities bring freshness to the soul when shared with friends and neighbors. This past October, BV held its first Olympics. It was an opportunity for the athletic talent at BV to enjoy some friendly competition with other residents. A whole host of activities were expertly crafted by the Wellness Department, and the games like Wii Bowling, Shuffleboard, and Bocce were afoot for a week. The competitive spirit burns at all ages, and it was good to see the sportsmanship, athleticism, and fellowship expressed so positively by the Brethren Village residents. As we learned in fiscal year 2019, Brethren Village has over 1.2 million square feet of buildings. The facilities and maintenance departments are a talented group of professionals who keep residents warm in winter, cool in summer, and safe all the time. With such a large physical plant to house and feed almost 1,200 residents, we need to be ever vigilant on the equipment that keeps us safe and comfortable. This past year, we had a big project in replacing the cooling tower that serves Fieldcrest.
The scope of this project, of this tower replacement, is that we have to remove the entire roof structure off the building. This has to get disassembled in pieces, picked out with a crane. The new one gets set in place, hooked up, and we return water flow back to the building. And then the last piece of it is to rebuild the roof structure, and that will be basically a mirror image of the Fieldcrest East side of the tower.
Working closely with heating, ventilation, and air conditioning vendors and engineers, the cooling towers were replaced, and the HVAC in Fieldcrest is operating more effectively and efficiently because of it.
I want to thank Todd English. We've worked with Kraft, we worked with Weavers, we worked with a lot of contractors to make this possible, and it's an investment for the future here at Brethren Village. I also want to say that this is a much safer tower, as Todd mentioned. We have safety features so that our staff can better service and access this cooling tower.
We know that residents often enjoy getting a bird's eye view of the project, and this was one that did not disappoint. In an example that one is never too old to enjoy the things that this life has to offer, our residents enjoyed snow tubing this past winter. The Wellness Department hosted an excursion to Avalanche Express in York County, where residents, after a brief safety orientation, were able to ride the packed snow in a tube. The ride back up the slopes was made a bit easier by a lift that was readily available to all tubers. However, Brethren Village's own Ironman, Carl Risser, not only made a dozen or more trips down the slopes, but walked the distance back up the hill each and every time. Now, way to go, Carl. You make us all proud. As each year brings fresh and new opportunities, Kelly Collier crafted a series of programs, activities, and events under the heading of New Year, New You. It was an opportunity for residents to explore new things, ideas, and experiences. It was well received by residents, and we look forward to another New Year, New You in 2020. It's just one example of how the Brethren Village residents are curious, interested, and eager to learn, grow, change, and explore.
I learned to be not afraid of a lot of the apps on my phone.
One of the things the residents explored in the past year was cyber seniors. Now, it's obvious that we live in a much more technologically focused age. Devices that help us communicate with others are present, and words like iPhone, iPad, Facebook, and Instagram are all part of everyday conversation. Many residents expressed an interest in learning more about these devices and how to use them. Working closely with Manheim Township High School, a Cyber Seniors program was presented in Wolf Auditorium. Pairing residents with Manheim Township High School students not only brought the generations together, but also found a wonderful opportunity for our residents to learn from the iGens. Students guided residents through the steps that unlock the power of communication and connectivity that the residents were seeking to understand. It was a very successful program, and another Cyber Seniors program is already underway, including seniors from the larger Lancaster community. Since its founding in 1897, Brethren Village has been committed to taking care of residents even when financial resources are exhausted. The Good Samaritan Banquet is our annual fundraising event that highlights this charitable focus of Brethren Village and the ways in which residents can support this fundamental mission of Brethren Village. gathering at the Middle Creek Church of the Brethren, attendees of the Good Samaritan Banquet enjoy good food, good fellowship, and the good feelings of supporting their fellow residents and the 122-year-old commitment of Brethren Village. Next year's banquet will be held April 23, 2020. We hope to see you there. As I mentioned earlier, Brethren Village works with Manheim Township High School in the Cyber Seniors program. This was just one initiative in a much larger relationship that is developed between Brethren Village and the Manheim Township School District. BV is committed to being a responsible corporate citizen, and opportunities to develop relationships between residents and township school students is an important way of building those relationships responsibly and synergistically. In some ways, Brethren Village is Manheim Township's largest town. We take pride in our location, and we take even greater pride in our school district and the achievements of the students. Brethren Village was presented with a great opportunity to sponsor the 2019 prom. The senior class officers approached BV management asking if we would become the first sponsor of the prom, which would allow all senior class students the opportunity to attend it. We were highly honored to be asked, and even more privileged to make that commitment. That sponsorship significantly reduced the ticket price for the prom itself, giving students greater access to attend this important milestone in high school life. Brethren Village's commitment to enriching lives also embraces enriching lives in the communities in which we live and in which we work.
Hello, I'm Nick Tefano.
I'm Ben Banzoff.
I'm Lucy Svedick.
And I'm Charlie Gingrich.
And we're the senior class officers at Manheim Township High School. And on behalf of all of us, we wanted to thank you, Brethren Village, for sponsoring our senior class.
Your generosity has allowed us class officers to lower our prom prices and make it more accessible for our students on this unforgettable night.
The students were so touched by your support that they planned a prom for you. It may be the first time that the seniors of a graduating class offered a prom for the seniors living in the local retirement community. Whatever our claim to being the first, it is of less importance than the impact this BV prom had on residents and students. The event was held this past spring and was well attended by residents and students. Dancing, hors d'oeuvres, and a lot of laughter, conversation, and fun were held by all. Residents contributed over $1,200 to the Manheim Township Educational Foundation, and the residents may have taught the students a thing or two about dancing and who can cut a rug better. I must say I was very proud of my kids and the talents they showed on the dance floor.
I'm Doris Smith, and I've been a resident here at Brethren Village for 5 years, and I'm so happy tonight to have my grandson here. He's a senior at Manheim Township High School, and they are sponsoring our senior prom tonight. And I have never been to a prom before, so this is my first prom, and I'm so happy to be here with my grandson, Grant.
Brethren Village residents truly enjoy the company of other residents. This is seen in the activities and the numbers of residents that show up for them. As we will be looking to expand gathering spaces in the coming year, we know that residents enjoy the friendship of other BV residents. This occurs not only on campus, but also is part of the positive spirit that infuses Kelly Collier's trips and excursions.
On the road again, just can't wait to get on the road again. Woo!
This past year, residents traveled to coastal Maine for a bus trip that embraced beautiful scenery, companionship, and a lot of lobsters.
I've never seen so many lobsters in my life. This guy, every time he pulled up the net, he got another lobster.
Yeah,
it was the most interesting thing we've ever done. I would do it again anytime.
A daily briefing of what was happening while the BV travelers were on the move became a much valued part of the BV Daily News.
My favorite part probably was the ride on the lobster boat and the demonstrations of the different parts of the the process of catching a lobster and then also the biology of the lobster was also a great description.
And don't forget eating it, the lobster
And
pound.
eating the lobster, right, was really great.
That was great.
It was an opportunity for residents at home to enjoy the trip with those who were traveling. More excursions are planned in the coming year, and Kelly's lists are already filling up. That's just a snapshot of what happened in the past year, but it gives you a glimpse of how Brethren Village continues to focus on enriching lives. It's through your support and our commitment to listening to you that we can continue to build a life that is enriching for your mind, body, and spirit. Thanks for an impactful year, and we look forward to more opportunities to live, learn, and love in 2020.